Hey there, my little truffles. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Bonalisa Morgan, back again with another piping hot serving of tea. Grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's get right into it. Before we dive into all the juicy drama, I just want to remind everyone that everything I discuss in today's video is alleged. Let's keep that in mind as we dive into the world of celebrities. First up on the docket, we've got an alleged affair that's been stirring up some serious gossip, and this one involves none other than Queen Bey herself, Beyoncé. There are blind items floating around, hinting that Beyoncé might be having an affair with her bodyguard, and that she could even be living with him. While this may sound shocking, if you've been paying attention to the blind items over the past few years, you'll know this isn't the first time these rumors have surfaced. For those of you who follow me closely, you'll recall that I've covered these whispers before, and now they're coming back with even more evidence. The word on the street is that while Beyoncé and Jay-Z might be married, things behind closed doors aren't as picture-perfect as they seem. And according to these sources, Beyoncé allegedly has been living with her bodyguard for years, possibly even in a secret relationship. Now, don't get me wrong, we all know Jay-Z's track record when it comes to being faithful. This man has been caught cheating on Beyoncé multiple times, both on camera and off. I mean, we all remember the infamous Solange elevator incident, right? That wasn't a one-off moment. There have been countless rumors and allegations of his infidelities. So, is it really so far-fetched to believe that Beyoncé might be having an affair with her bodyguard? Could she have been planning to divorce Jay-Z but stayed for financial reasons? According to some sources, that could be the case. The blind item reads, this A-list singer couldn't realistically divorce her husband because of the financial situation, but that hasn't stopped her from living with her bodyguard boyfriend. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the rumors turn out to be true. It's sad to think about, but hey, if this is the reality, then good for Beyoncé. She deserves happiness, even if it means stepping away from a toxic situation. Let me know in the comments if you believe this story, or if you think it's just another round of celebrity gossip. Switching gears a bit, let's talk about the music world. Now, y'all know Nicki Minaj has been making major waves. As of 2025, she's officially surpassed 3.51 billion streams on Spotify. That places her as the second most streamed Black female artist on the platform, just behind Rihanna, and the fourth most streamed female artist of all time. If that doesn't scream legendary, I don't know what does. A huge congratulations to Nicki for all her hard work and success. She truly deserves all the recognition. It's incredible to see someone who's consistently put out bangers for over a decade still be at the top of her game. But here's the thing, Nicki hasn't dropped any new music in almost 2 years. Her latest album, Pink Friday 2, was released a while back, and since then, she hasn't put out much new content. Now, we were all hoping for a Christmas song to close out 2025, especially since this would break a record of hers, 15 years of charting every year on Billboard. But with no new drops yet, we might just have to wait for 2026 for another Nicki Minaj anthem. If she doesn't release something soon, it'll be interesting to see if artists like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and Doja Cat, who've dropped albums recently, will surpass Nicki in streams. And while we're talking about Doja Cat, let's address something a little odd. Her album Planet Her is still a huge hit, but some of the newer releases, especially from her Scarlet album, have struggled to make an impact. The numbers just don't seem to match the buzz around her. Does anyone else find that a bit strange? How do you drop an album with hits like Agora Heels and Painted and still not hit the same numbers as you did with Planet Her? It's definitely raising some eyebrows. Just putting that out there for discussion. Now, moving on to Cardi B. It's clear that her album is, well, not performing as expected. We're talking about Amaya, the Ultimate Edition, which dropped recently. Now, don't get me wrong, Cardi B still has an impressive fan base, but when you look at her streaming numbers, 2.1 million streams as of November 28th, it's a bit concerning, especially since the album has 21 songs on it. The fact that so many of those streams are coming from older tracks like WAP, Up, and Press tells you everything you need to know. People just aren't checking for the new material the way we'd hoped. It's almost as if Cardi B might have exhausted her catalog. But what happens next? Is she going to repeat the same strategy that worked for her before? I guess we'll find out, but if she continues down this path, she could be headed for a serious flop in 2026. It's going to be tough to cheat the system this time, and I doubt Atlantic Records is going to spend the same money on her next album if the numbers don't improve. It's almost like they know the outcome before they even release the next project. I'm curious though, what do you guys think? How do you think Cardi B's next album is going to perform? I'm predicting a 100K max for the first week. That's being generous. But let me know if you agree or if you think it'll do worse. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the whole situation. But let's get back to the Beyoncé drama for a moment. With all these rumors floating around, it's hard not to think that maybe Beyoncé and Jay-Z's marriage is beyond repair. The idea that Beyoncé might be living with her bodyguard is mind-blowing, but when you look at all the signs, it starts to make sense. Remember when Tasha K came out with her claims about Beyoncé wanting a divorce from Jay-Z? At the time, we thought it was just a rumor, but now, with all these blind items and additional sources coming forward, it feels like something more is going on. And let's not forget the fact that Jay-Z has been unfaithful to Beyoncé so many times. He's even cheated on her in front of the world, like with the Solange elevator incident. That's not something you can just brush off. Maybe it's time for Beyoncé to cut ties and leave this toxic relationship behind. There's a lot of talk about Jay-Z possibly having dirt on Beyoncé, and I wouldn't put it past him to try and use that against her if she tries to leave. He's a narcissist, and we've seen how he operates. But here's the thing, Beyoncé doesn't need him. She's built an empire, and she's carrying the weight of their family on her back. So why stay in a relationship that's draining her? Do you think it's time for Beyoncé to leave Jay-Z? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because personally, I think she deserves better. At this point, it's clear there's no love left in that marriage. They don't even look happy together. It's all for show, and we can see right through it. And honestly, Beyoncé should take a page from other powerful women in the industry, like Kim Kardashian, who left Kanye West despite their chemistry, but because she knew her worth. Maybe it's time for Beyoncé to realize her worth too. Now, to end on a lighter note, let's take a moment to appreciate the legacy of Michael Jackson. On this day in 1982, Michael released his iconic album Thriller, and it's still making waves today. We all know that every Halloween, Thriller gets its time to shine, and rightfully so. Michael's music was revolutionary. His style was unmatched, and his dance moves were iconic. We miss him, but his legacy lives on through his music and his influence on the industry. Finally, before I wrap up, let's talk about Taylor Swift. She's still reigning supreme on Spotify, holding the #1 spot with All Too Well at 6.9 million streams, and it's now been 56 days since it topped the charts. That's incredible. The song is fantastic, and the music video definitely helped boost those numbers. What's interesting is that Taylor didn't rely on TikTok trends or viral moments to push this song. She just created great music, and that's what people have latched onto. So for all the artists out there, take note. Stop focusing on TikTok and start making real music that people will remember long after the trend fades. Good music stands the test of time. So, what do you think? Do you agree with me about the power of timeless music? Let me know in the comments. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the tea I've got brewing. Thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you in my next video. Bye.